Hello friends, and welcome back to Towne Yoga. My name is Amy Towne, and today we have part 4 of 10 on a series that focuses on pain management. And today is actually going to be our first standing practice in that series, so if you can go ahead and clear some space to stand. If you have a mat, you can lay that out. If not, just make sure that your floor has a little bit of grip so you don't slide when we take our feet a little further apart. If you've enjoyed this series so far and haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so. First, so that you get alerts for the rest of the practices throughout our No Pain series and in the future. But also, when you subscribe, it helps support Towne Yoga, it helps support me as a creator, and it helps other people in pain find this series. So if you can and are able to subscribe, that would be wonderful. We're going to start today standing, as I said, so find a comfortable spot with your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. And then you'll take your hands to your hips because we're going to start with a few rounds of circles. Send your hips over to one side and then let them come forward and around the opposite side before you send them back to the start. And you can link these circles to your breath, maybe taking half a circle for your inhale and half for your exhale, just in a way that feels good for you. And you can circle as slow or as fast as you'd like. Just take a chance to check in with your hips and your back and bring a little bit of healthy movement here. The next time it feels good to switch directions, just turn and take a few circles the opposite way. Maybe pausing if you find a spot where there's some pain and just give a little extra stretch there before circling a few more times. Slowly begin to find stillness again. And just heel toe your feet together, kind of walking them together until they're underneath your hips. And now we're going to bring a little attention to our feet, stretching over the bottoms of them. So give both knees a little bit of a bend, and then lift your left heel up, coming onto the ball of your foot to stretch the bottom. And set it down, lifting your right heel up. And set it down, and just take a few petals here with your feet, just stretching over the bottoms, bending your knees, bringing a little healthy fluid into the knee and ankle. And then just pausing back in stillness. Let your hands release by your sides, and you're just going to give your shoulders a little attention here as you inhale, drawing them up to your ears, and exhale, release them down. Taking a few rounds just like that, inhaling up and exhaling down. The next time you shrug up, maybe hold for a minute, feel nice and tight and crunchy. And then a big sigh out, just let it go. And now today we're going to come into a Warrior Two posture. So for that, you're just going to step your feet away from each other so that your feet are wider than your hips. And you can always adjust the length of your stance in this practice or in the future to kind of feel what feels best for you. Now for Warrior Two, you're going to take your left heel and draw that in towards your body, and then point your left toes to the top of your mat. Your right heel, you're going to let it move back an inch or two, and just press firmly through that foot. Now with hands to hips, go ahead and look to your left knee and left toes. Feel your weight even through your left foot. A lot of times we fall to the middle of our foot, to the inside. So kind of lift that up, feeling weight nice and even. And begin to bend your left knee out over your toes. If it comes in towards the middle, try to help guide it out over your toes. So you get a stretch on the inner thigh here and some strength on the outer thigh. Once you feel fairly comfortable, send your hands out end to end, and now we're in our Warrior Two. And just pause here for a few breaths, checking in with your body, feeling your knee over your heel as you press down. And the same weight that's in your front leg, place that into your back leg as you press through the pinky blade of your back foot. And maybe look out over your fingertips for a nice slow round of breath. You can try the same posture with your palms turned up to see how that feels for you. And then turn them back down. Look to your left knee and lower your left hand to just above your knee. Now back to your right hand, you're going to turn your palm forward and begin to lean over your leg as you reach that hand up. You might bend your left elbow a bit. And when you reach up, you can get a big stretch to the side of your body here. If you want a little bit more, you can begin to turn your pinky forward so your palm reaches towards your head. And then extend those fingers over your body for a nice big side stretch. Don't forget to stay hydrated today as well, as Buddy's reminding us. On your next inhale, lift your right hand up, reaching it back and down to your hip. And you'll bring your opposite hand to your hip, begin to straighten that leg, and turn your toes back to center. And just walk your feet out a little bit so they're back on parallel lines. And we'll take that same thing on our second side. Begin to draw your right heel back towards your body, and then point the toes away at the top of your mat. Let your left heel move back an inch or two. And then look to your right foot and right knee. And with the weight nice and even maybe pressing a little extra towards the middle or outside, go ahead and bend that knee over your toes. You can make any little adjustments to find what feels best for you here. And reach your hands end to end in your warrior two. Playing with the angle of your back foot, the weight in your front foot as you press through your heel and out through your toes. And maybe it feels nice to turn your palms up and see how that feels. With your palms down, you're going to lower your right hand to just over your knee. And then turn this back palm forward and reach it up to the sky. Maybe this stretch feels good for you today and you stay right here. If you'd like, you can begin to turn your pinky forward and your palm faces towards your head. And then reach that hand overhead for a nice big stretch. Yogi's choice, if you come here and the other one was better, go right back, wherever you choose to be here. Pause for a breath or two. And you can bend this elbow, you can leave it straight, whatever feels best, just check in. Reaching back to the sky and back behind you as you lift up and take both hands to hips, straightening your front leg. Turning those toes forward, and then just bring your feet together by heel toeing them in. So that means moving your heels, then your toes. And when your feet are just wider than your hips again, we'll come back to a few more circles. Just taking them at your breath pace. Taking a few the opposite way. And then slowly finding stillness again as you walk your feet under your hips. Our last part today is going to be a little bit of shoulder work with some sun salutations. So take your palms by your sides and then turn them face forward. With your belly nice and firm, feet even, weight even through your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide to the side, nice and slow. And turn your palms towards each other as they come overhead. Maybe even look up. And exhale, lower your hands down to your heart center. And let them come all the way back to your sides with your palms forward. Inhale, sweeping out and up. Exhale, down to your heart and sides. Inhale. Exhale. One more full round here. And exhale down to your heart and down to frame your hips. And we'll just take one this opposite way with your palms facing in towards your thighs. Send your thumbs forward and reach them overhead. And then exhale down to your belt, your chest, and down to your sides. Let one come back a little one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to your heart. And back down. And that's where we'll end our practice today, my yogis. A nice gentle standing practice, a little extra stretch for our sides and our hips. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the series and find a practice that really serves you best. With hands at heart center, I'd like to let you know that the light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.